The iPad Air 4 is one of the few Apple devices that I regret purchasing. My biggest gripe about the iPad and the accessories is the pricing. Now, if you were to purchase a brand new M1 iPad Air today, that's going to cost you $600, and all you get is Wi Fi, no cellular, and you're only going to get 64 gigabytes of storage. For $600 in 2024 on such a premium tablet, it has no business coming with only 64 gigabytes of storage. Now this one right here, I have the older generation iPad Air 4, and this has the A14 system on a chip, 4 gigs of RAM, and once again 64 gigs of storage. And I was able to get this on the Apple certified refurbished site for $469. And even at $470 refurbished, I still feel this is way too much for what you're getting when you purchase one of these things. One of the biggest things, or one of the biggest lessons I took away after purchasing this, is it is almost impossible to type quickly on a flat sheet of glass on your desk, and you have zero tactile feedback when you're typing, say, notes or documents or text messages to your friends. All of that stuff goes out the window because there is no tactile feedback. So, in order to alleviate that problem, you have to go ahead and purchase the Magic Keyboard. This Magic Keyboard is so expensive and ridiculous. Now, I got it on sale from Amazon for about $260 or $270, but brand new from Apple, they're going to charge you $300 for the Magic Keyboard. And it's almost a necessity to have the Magic Keyboard when you're using this iPad because, like I said, you need a physical keys to give you tactile feedback when you're typing. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck with this, and you're just going to have issues every single day trying to use this and get input into the iPad. So, with those two things out of the way, that is exactly why I cannot recommend this iPad right now. So, $300 keyboard, $470 Apple refurbished. I left a comment on somebody's video that Apple could theoretically put the M3 Ultra chip inside of an iPad, but iPad OS still sucks. And I have two big issues when it comes to iPad OS. First off is window management, and second is file management. Now, when it comes to window management, the way that I see it is you can only put two or maybe three windows on top of each other at the same time in iPad OS 17. And if you're like a lot of other people, you want to have multiple applications running at the same time, and you want to be able to pick and choose very quickly which app you want to switch over to. There is no way that you can rearrange the windows in any way that you want. There's nothing like Mission Control or Expose on the iPad Air 4. And overall, trying to multitask on iPad OS is just terrible. Now, for whatever reason, Apple said that they can implement Stage Manager, but only for the M1 and the M2 iPads. So if you don't have a more recent M1 iPad, you're out of luck when it comes to managing Windows. File management on iPad OS is abysmal. If you want to copy a set of files from one folder to another, you must first manually select those files. Long press and hit the copy button. Then you have to navigate to the destination folder. And from there, you have to long press again, and then you can manually paste those files into the destination folder. If you want to copy files in Mac OS, all you have to do is open both folders, highlight the files that you want to copy, drag it over to the destination, and you're done. And the reason why it's so simple in Mac OS is because you have precise control over the windows and the folders in the way that you highlight the files. Now contrast this to iPad OS, where we went through the whole drill of manually selecting files, long pressing, and then going into the other destination folder. So the reason why this is so cumbersome in iPad OS is because you do not have direct control over windows or applications. And as you've seen earlier in the video, window management in iPad OS is just terrible. For the price of $740, which includes the cost of the keyboard and the iPad itself, what do I do with this device? Well, I use it to watch YouTube videos when I'm eating dinner, and I use it as a web browser, and that's it. So, at a total cost of $740, I don't think there's any legitimate reason why you should purchase an iPad because Walmart is selling the M1 MacBook Air for $700. And with that, you get a real keyboard, you get a really nice display. The M1 chip is fast and speedy, and it'll hold up on any productivity task that you put to it. So the M1 MacBook Air crushes the iPad in every single way. It's a real computer. You can run real applications. You can arrange windows in any way that you want. Things that you absolutely cannot do on this iPad. And it really is frustrating knowing how expensive this device is and how little you can do with it. Whereas with a Mac, you can do whatever you want. So that's why I'm really frustrated with the iPad. It's not so much the hardware, because the hardware is very nice hardware, but it's the software from iOS that's really crippling it. And because of that, it is simply inexcusable for Apple to charge the prices that they're charging for these devices. All right, that's about it. Peace.